If you came across this video, you are meant to be a leader, and not just any leader. You're meant to be a leader for this new earth. Right now, we're being called to pave this new way for others. And so my higher self wanted to make this video to help those that are stuck. Because you're meant to be a leader, right? And this will give you an idea of where you're at. So the first thing, right? When you're a leader, meaning you're gonna have to guide others. You're gonna be this guide for others. Depending on what it is, you could be a healer, a mystic, a shaman, okay, whatever it is, you're meant to lead. So the very first thing that you have to do is be balanced. And what do I mean by balance? By balancing your masculine and feminine energies. The feminine is about your creations, and the masculine is about action. Just on this, if you're having trouble taking action, that means you need to balance out your masculine energy. If you're having a hard time with your creativity or creating, it is because you need to balance your feminine. So once these two are balanced, you are now able to work from that. And then you could transmute. So transmuting is changing your frequency, and the way to change your frequency is by changing your paradigm, because your paradigm is what creates your frequency. Your paradigm consists of your beliefs, whether they're subconscious beliefs or you're conscious of the things that you're telling yourself, right? You detect if you allow that into your energy. Even if it's true, even if it doesn't align with your higher self, you choose. So your beliefs create your actions, and your actions give you results. The results is the frequency that you're emitting into the universe, into everything, right? So if your frequency seems off, then it's most likely something with your beliefs, something that you're telling yourself, right, that isn't true, because it's making you feel in this very low vibration. This also consists of emotional healing. If you still have some things that you still need to release, like holding on to a certain belief and it made you feel a certain way, that is affecting your frequency. So we're gonna have to transmute it, release and shift the energy into something that makes you feel better, right? Something that's more aligned with your authenticity, which is your higher self. Whatever it is, tune into it and transmute it. And this is just the first step to inner work, okay? Because then we go to step 2, which we're going to be embodying, which is being, right? And within this is integrating the lessons that you have learned. You're going to be transforming. It's understanding that you had to go through a certain thing to get the knowledge, the wisdom that it had for you, so you could keep moving forward, right? Not holding on to whatever you've been through. And so you're being. So this includes doing the shadow work, the things that you don't want to face. For instance, like say you went through something very traumatic and this really haunts you and you don't want to face it. You try to push it away. Well, there's a lesson for you there, okay? We're not meant to hold on to these experiences. We knew we were gonna experience that, right? Before we reincarnated. So shadow work is important because that's the things that we don't want to see within ourselves. But why not alchemize it? This taught you this, and now you could become this, made you stronger. Learning the lessons. Now you know not to go that way. Now you know not to do this. Now you know your boundaries because of that, right? So what it is we're rebirthing into a higher version of ourselves. Once you've done all of this, you're most likely authentic, meaning you're going to be aligning with your life purpose, with that leadership role you're supposed to take, right? From this point of view, you're able to also see how others' projections are not yours. It's actually something that's going to benefit you because, you know, a lot of people don't do the inner work, and sometimes it could be confusing. Like, where is this coming from? Is it coming from me? Like, no, it's coming from that person. This person is projecting that onto me. And so now you're able to step away, right? And redirect your energy into something that is aligned with your best version. You know your truth. You need to stand your ground. Now you know all of this. Now you know who you are. So, you know, that's not true. The person is simply projecting. And it's valid, of course. You need to learn who you are to really stand your ground, to really be that authentic leader. You're meant to be part of the new earth. Now that I went over these things, where do you feel stuck if you haven't yet stepped into this leadership role? Is it a belief that you're still holding on to? Oh, we still gotta transmute. Is it taking action, taking that leap of faith, putting yourself out there? Well, that means we still gotta balance the masculine, right? Or is it something that still needs healing? Is it something that you're still holding on to? A grudge? Forgiving someone? Whatever it is, it's not meant to be held on to. Or is it something that keeps happening to you, right? You're in a cycle. Well, it's because you still need to learn that lesson, and for you to identify what that lesson is the inner work. It's all about tuning in, okay? Ask yourself, you know, okay, how can I become this? Where am I being called to? And if you're being called to do something, what's holding you back? What is it? Because remember that no one is your biggest enemy but yourself, because you're the only one that is holding yourself back. No one else is. This is where you need to learn how to work with yourself and identify what is real and what is not. What are projections and what still needs to be healed, right? Or shifted. I don't like using the word healed because I believe that we are healed. It's more of shifting the energy, shifting how we see it. Because if you look at it from a neutral point of view, you kind of don't see the same thing through what you're experiencing, right? Does that make sense? Like, say I went through an experience, right? And it was tough. And I'm still holding on to this. Well, if I see it like from the point of view of the universe, which is a neutral point of view, how can I see it then? And then you could identify what needs to be shifted. okay? And it all leads to most likely a belief, because our beliefs create our world, right? I wanted to share this because I strongly feel that there's people out there that are meant to be these leaders, and they have yet to take that step or take that leap of faith, right? And really, it all comes to our beliefs, and are we really embodying what we learned, right? Once you become authentic, you most likely align with your life purpose, because everything becomes so clear. So I hope this has helped you. And I do have videos about how to balance your masculine and feminine energies if you guys want to check that out. Thank you so much for watching my video.